Hey there, football fans. Welcome inside the set of Gridiron Glory. I'm your MVL online reporter, Nathan Takich, alongside my partner, Morgan Overby. And we're already in week 4 in this young football season, and the games are starting to heat up big time. And a hot game this week in the MVL is not a league-exclusive game, but it pits a TriValley Scotties team who many people consider to be the best team in the league against a Dover Tornadoes team that actually upset the Scotties last season.
Not to mention, it was also their lowest scoring game of the season. They lost 14-10, but you know what? I think it's going to be a different story this time around for 2 main reasons. The first one being that it is a home game for TriValley, and they're playing the team that they had their only loss to last regular season, so they got to be pumped up for that. And the second, most importantly, is TriValley has their quarterback Nathan Strock back, and Dover is without their All-Ohio quarterback from last season, Derek Swingelman, who accounted for 35 of their total touchdowns on the season, and he even missed 3 games at the beginning of the year.
That's right, Morgan, and then you have to think that those are 2 big advantages for the Scotties. And if you want to talk about advantages, you also have to talk about Austin Jones. The kid has been a monster so far this season. He's at 9 yards per carry through 3 games. He also has 10 touchdowns on the season, and he doesn't even play the second half. Most of the games he's usually taken out by then. The receivers, Trevor Kruskop and Chris Michael, have been dynamic and have helped Nathan Strock open up the passing game. It's been an absolutely stunning offense. And if you want to look at the defensive side of the ball too, they've only allowed 28 points in 3 games. It's going to be a tough matchup for Dover to compete against.
Yeah, it might seem like it's going to be an advantage for TriValley, but it's definitely going to be an exciting game between 2 teams who each made it to the 3rd round of the state playoffs last year. Another game that we have this week is West Muskingum at John Glenn. You know, the Tornadoes have to be frustrated because they're still looking for that first win of the season, and now they have to take on a tough John Glenn team. That's
right. John Glenn's a little bit tougher than most people expected. They only had 3 wins last season, but they're already up to 2 this year. They're 2-1 in that logjam for 3rd place. They're almost undefeated. They lost 14-10 last week against Maysville in a really competitive match. They lost it. The winning points for Maysville were on a kickoff return for a touchdown. But John Glenn has scored 30 points twice this season already. They didn't do that one time last year, and their defense has been tough too. It could be a really tough game for West Muskingum.
Yeah, you know, they've been hit in the mouth twice against 2 tough teams, but now is the perfect time for them to turn things around against the little Muskies. You know, you never want to overlook a team in league play, especially in the MVL.
Speaking of the MVL, there are 3 other games this weekend. Philo travels to Morgan to take on the Raiders. Crooksville returns to league action as they take on the Sheridan Generals. And Maysville travels to New Lexington to take on the Panthers in a game that might be very, very exciting.
Yeah, that's right, Nathan. Well, that's all we have for you guys. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Gridiron Glory for all your game updates, and tune in to WOUB at 11:30 Friday night for our show. For Nathan Takich, I'm Morgan Overby, and remember, there's nothing better than Friday nights in Gridiron Glory.